Alright, alright now. I ain't wanna go there. Like I said, every time I be chilling, something always keep me up, disturb me. I be trying. But how can I do anything when these people won't let you do anything? So I like to call this and inquire about this eviction process or stuff and how does it work during this governor slash federal executive order, national lockdown, statewide, and all of that stuff. So I'm gonna call, and y'all gonna hear what these people gonna say. They ain't that stupid. You have reached Clerk, Maryland for Allegheny County, located in Cumberland, Maryland. Clerk's office hours are Monday through Friday, from 8:30 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. Food, drinks, and gum are not allowed in the building. Cell phones are permitted in the building, but must be turned off on the second floor. For our address and directions, please press 1. If you have a traffic or criminal question, please press 2. If you have a civil, landlord tenant, or domestic violence question, please press 3. Please hold on while I try that extension. Mr. Court, this is Kayla. How can I help you? Good morning, Miss Kayla. I'm calling because I have a question about this lockdown order and eviction, and how does that work? Right now, all evictions are stayed until it is lifted. You say stained? I'm stained like a piece of clothing having some stain. Stayed, S-T-A-Y. Oh, right. Because there just means nothing's gonna happen as of now. Everything's kind of on hold. So, if I'm not mistaken, the civilians are ordered to stay inside unless hiking or emergency or necessary workers like such as yourself, employees, can only go out. That's the only time you can go out. So is that for 30 days starting Monday up until April 30th? Yeah, they said according to the data from reports of people having the virus or having the virus, so that's why they extended it. Or that's the main reason why they put it in. They enacted it, and that's why it's extended because the cases are rising, and they want to decrease people having the virus. So you said the evictions are stayed. So does that mean if there's a active or pending or current eviction? So what about if you don't yet have an eviction? You don't have one? Yes, I don't yet because my plan was to relocate this month. My lease is month to month, and how am I going to relocate when all the trains and buses and people, friends and I can't drive myself. Can't you can't try unless you're emergency or you're a worker. So how can I relocate and move if there's no transportation and I'm not supposed to leave the house? And I really I can't pay my rent. So how does that work? And then I have a security deposit. So if I'm government executive ordered me to stay in the house for 30 days, how will I be able to get my security deposit back after this 30 days? Because I was supposed to get it for once I left last month and I'm leaving April. But now I can't leave April. I have to be a prisoner in my own place. Well, everything should just be, extended. So I just don't want any problems with my landlord. I already informed him. Even if they would file something in the meantime, everything's going to be stayed and things are not going to be back in motion until May right now. So if they would file anything, they have to come to court first. Until we can even get you scheduled, it could be well into June. So you should be fine for longer than 30 days. So I should at least, so basically I have this month for free because like I said, my money or what money I can get possibly was for my relocating trip. So, and like you said, so Well, so if they file an eviction, that should give them legitimacy to keep my security deposit for April. Because like I said, it's like I'm staying, so it's like I. So will they be able to keep my security deposit or not?
I mean, I can't answer that. That would all have to go through the judge when you would come to court. If you do come to court. If not, you can always file something with the judge. Of course, there has to be a case here to do that.
You said, of
But
course, there would have to be a case, right? I could
yeah,
rebut
so
that,
I
and
mean, you just have to take that up with your landlord.
well, he already told me that I was bringing up the same case, and I didn't concern myself with it because I don't have any affiliation. Neighbors are neighbors, we don't people don't speak to one another, so I just try to worry about my own business, so on, and what business I got with my landlord. But he told me that others, were bringing the same information to him, and like I said, I'm like, so he basically was warning me that if it crossed my mind, that is he already on top of it. So I'm like, but like I said, I had no concern about it, but I told him because I thought that I would have been able to leave. But now, how am I supposed to leave when I be in jail somewhere just for leaving?
Well, I mean, you can't leave, and the landlord should know that, understand that. But they can't have you evicted even if you don't leave willingly
And
without an order from the
they
court.
can't not be able to keep my security deposit, being it's not a fault on mine. They should be able to take that up with the state, county, or federal, whatever. I don't, but it's not my fault. And, it's just making sense. Have I made sense? The things I've mentioned.
Unless, there's a court case, we can't deal with anything with the security deposit, but you could always sue for it if they don't give it to you, things like that. But as of now, everything has stayed, and you can't be evicted unless they have a court order.
So nobody, so because it's bad, because that will hinder me. I'll have to come to court, come from wherever I'm at, just for like, well, yeah, because once April is over, I still have to come from where I'm at, in the country or the world, just to come here for a court case, just to file. Like, well, I wouldn't have to file. I can maybe bring that up once they file, but it's still a waste of time, and like trips are like a bill. It's a big bill, especially depending on how you're traveling. It can be a bill. So I just didn't want to have to go through that hindrance of, my money. And they looking at it like it's my fault when really I'm just a little like an insect. I have no power, no control. I'm not any authority or official on any level to create these type of things. And they told you, they'll tell you I paid my rent, paid security, I paid everything full. But it's like now that I can see that this is gonna make a problem because people need their money. So why won't the government help them? If they lose their money, the judge hears in my favor, what is it called? Like a stimulus or something? Why won't they make it right? So that the landlord still doesn't have to take a loss. They still gotta pay property taxes and whatever other business expenses. So this landlord or the people just have to take a fault from the government's fault, from the officials. Now the people got to
That's
fight each
nothing
other.
to do with financial with that. But as far as an eviction, nothing can happen right now.
So he or they can still file an eviction or not?
I mean, if you're not following your lease agreement or whatever, I mean, they have the right to
I
do
mean,
that.
no. My only thing that I wouldn't follow or abide in the lease agreement is paying the rent. When we already
Well, then he has the right to file the fair to pay rent, and then, like I said, it'll come to court, but everything is stayed right now, and you have to come to court first for the judge to see if he agrees or not with the landlord, and then if he does agree, you have a week to pay. If you don't pay, then they are able to file what's called the order of restitution, which is the eviction, and that could take a couple weeks until the sheriff's department can get out there, and you would have notice of when that would happen. Um, but like I said, that's all going to be well after May.
all right. So you saying if he has grounds to file it, if I breach my lease agreements in the lease, he can file it here still in April.
Yeah, they can still file, but everything will just be on hold, like I said, until 2019 gets squared away.
And you said that it's likely, that the judge can agree with them in restitution. What do you say? You said restitution?
If he agrees, if he would, for example, if he would file the fair to pay rent against you, and you guys go to court, the judge agrees with the landlord, then after a week, the landlord has the right to file the warrant of restitution if you do not pay what the judge ordered you to pay.
But I don't see, other than bias or non-transparency, why the judge would agree when they can see that, like I said.
Well, that's what the court hearing would be for. I mean, you just have to give your side and whatnot, but that's all if it would happen.
Right,
So if things would happen, things are on hold right now. So in the meantime, you do not have to evict.
right. Well, I mean, I really had plans and intentions to leave this month because I'm not getting along with my children's mother. She's constantly, what do you call it? Making false allegations against me, and it's really like it's defaming and it's defaming me. It's causing a lot of problems. So just to keep and to minimize it and just to fix it, I just was gonna leave so I could just rid her of my mental. Her existence, I just know nothing about her, and vice versa. So that's why, like I said, my intention was to leave, but now I'm stuck. According to, like I said, because all of this official stuff going on. None of it's my control. I didn't make this stuff. I just sit, eat, pee, and sleep. That's all I do. And try to be good and try to go back. I can't do nothing else but wait my death and problems. So like I say, it's not my fault. And then I sit quiet, and then when I'm quiet, it's stressful. Then it's a cold talk, inquire with some. Then everybody sending me around the mulberry bush. But you have pretty much overall clarified it. But it's still like a possibility that I can, that it's still I'll be held liable. It's like I gotta lose for some stuff. Again, it's not my fault. So I mean, like you said, the judge has the ultimate say so. Hopefully, like I say, he operates equity and fairness and justice. Because, like I said, this is all in the records in the books. I even went on the Maryland State site to read the executive order so that I can see some details, so that I'm not just ignorant. So I can try to, be informed of what's going on and how to go about myself, my doings, and so on. But so I seen some of it, like said since maybe if you give me a moment, I could pull it up and I'll read some of it to you. What I can comprehend, or I hope I can comprehend. Pulling it up now. I downloaded the PDF. Whereas the state COVID-19 respiratory disease was to prevent, to protect public health, safety, to protect life and property and control, whereas to avoid serious health. Now, therefore, J. Hogan, governor of the state of Maryland, virtual authority vested in constitutional laws, including but not limited to Title 14. Till the state of emergency terminated in the catastrophic, no court shall give a judgment for possession of repossession or warrant restitution. So it's saying no court will give judgment of possession or repossession or warrant restitution of possession or repossession of residential real property if the tenant can demonstrate to the court through documentation or other objectively verifiable means that the tenant suffered a substantial loss or income resulting from COVID or related proclamation of state emergency and catastrophic health emergency, including without limitation due to job loss, reduction of compensated hours of work, closure or place of employment, or need missed work to care for homebound school-aged. No court should give it. So it sounds like some of that stuff doesn't apply to me because I gotta get sick or I gotta work and I don't work. My income was disability. So it's like now I still got to be people. So my freedom to leave when that's in the lease that I can leave. So it's still in writing. It's not just my word. It's not something I'm making up I'm just going on. We just making rules as we go. I'm not conducting myself like that. It's in writing that it was month to month. I informed them maybe what 2 weeks, in ample time, and he was agreement. They were agreed, and now it's like if I leave and we agreed that I caused more problems on myself. So I don't understand this, and I don't want to take too much of your time reading it and trying to comprehend it, Miss, while you're on the phone. But it's really confusing at times. It's not like I got a tutor or a teacher or a attorney, somebody sitting right next to me. I can take my time with it.
I
Cause
have
when,
a number I can give you if you want to understand more of the legal side of this. I'm not an attorney. I can give you that number that they can talk to you today if you'd like.
and this number is two for who or what?
I'm sorry, what?
This phone number is to who, for, and or
The
what?
district court help desk center in Annapolis office. They have attorneys to answer any questions you have.
And you said this is Annapolis.
Our headquarters are in Annapolis, and this is about the Annapolis District Court.
So this is district headquarters. Headquarters district court help, not help desk. Desk. And their phone number is 410 260 1392. All right. And you said, and now what's the reason? Did you say you suggested me to call them again? I forgot.
They're attorneys, so any legal, if anything you don't understand that you're just reading to me, they can answer those questions for you, or anything legal with what you're going through, they can answer.
All right, so what about? I'm not sure if there's any. Isn't holiday supposed to be this month? Easter?
Sorry, what?
Isn't there a holiday this month for April?
Easter is on Sunday.
All right, so right, and there's no holidays that will fall on a weekday this month.
No.
I just wanted to make sure for future reference. All right, I'm gonna give him a call.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Miss.
Bye.
You to give him a call, maybe start a new video. That'll be part 2. Peace for now.